Hey guys, Tonic here. Today we are on the public test server and we're going to take a look at the Alien Disintegrator. This is a new weapon that you can get from completing the upcoming Invaders from Beyond event, and in this video we are going to check out some of the weapon mods, test it out on some enemies, and then in the end I will give a final review on this weapon. So enough talking about it, let's get into it. This weapon was first introduced in Fallout 3's Mothership Zeta DLC, and it's pretty much just a full-size rifle version of the Alien Blaster. You can see here that it does do more damage than the Alien Blaster, and it does also have more range. However, its fire rate is worse, as well as its accuracy. Now, going into the weapon itself here, there are no different types of muzzles. However, it does have a few different types of receivers. Right now I have the standard receiver on, and that will do 70 damage. Going up here, we do have the poison receiver, which will add some poison damage but reduce ammo capacity. Here we have the high-powered receiver, which doubles the damage. However, it greatly reduces the ammo capacity. It goes down from 25 to 6, I believe. Then it also does decrease the rate of fire. Then here we have a cryo receiver, which will add cryo damage but still reduce that ammo capacity. I am also missing a receiver. I have just not been lucky enough to get it. I've done the event like 25 or 30 times and not gotten the automatic receiver, but it will turn the weapon automatic, but it will decrease the range and the damage. Now, all of these different receivers do alter the appearance of the weapon, and they do have some pretty cool effects, and I will show that in just a moment. However, it should be noted that you cannot drop this weapon. They are not tradable. As of right now, that might change before the event does go live in just a few weeks here, but for right now, you cannot trade them. So here is what the standard receiver is going to look like when you have it equipped, just kind of a nice blue glow on the weapon. Going over here, this is the cryo one. You can see it's totally frozen and does have a nice little smoke effect there. Going down here, we have the high-powered one, and this one is going to be glowing a reddish orange. And then heading down here to the poison one, this one is going to have a nice green glow coming out of those vents. So now let's actually move into the weapon testing. So we are down at West Tech, and I am going to be using an anti-armored version. It has a 25% faster fire rate and +1 perception. And then for the build, I am just going to be running a standard stealth rifleman build. But now let's go on in here and try this thing out. So here's our first target. So 2 shots there, 1 hit for over 700. And the reason why this is a stealth rifleman build is because this is actually considered a silenced weapon. So if I can get into this next room here, I'll try and show that just a bit. So if you can see, I am still in caution, which is super nice. It is a huge bonus for this weapon. I'm not too sure why it's considered silenced because it is pretty loud, but I'll take all the bonuses I can get. So a nice 1 shot there. And over 1,000 on that one. That was actually really impressive. Let's move up here. And one of the things that I don't like about this weapon is the lack of iron sights. So there really isn't a good way to aim this thing. So if I aim down sights, you can kind of see there really isn't much of an iron sight. So it is kind of hard. And I'll stand up here so you can actually really see it. There's just nothing really there. So it's almost better to play in third person with this when you are crouching, so that way you do have a constant crosshair. And this thing is still putting out some pretty good damage. I don't really think that this will be a meta-changing weapon or something that is going to become a main weapon for a lot of people, but it is definitely still really fun to mess around with. Now, back when this weapon was first announced, a lot of people had worries about the ammo for this thing because there really isn't too many ways to get it, or at least there wasn't at the time. But now you actually can craft it at Tinker workbenches, and for 30 rounds it will cost you 6 copper, 12 lead, and 6 plastic, which might seem like a lot, but it's really not that bad when you compare it to other energy ammo types. And now I would like to show just a little showcase of the different effects that these receivers have. So here I have a few non-legendary versions. And this is the standard receiver, just a completely standard Alien Disintegrator, and all it does is just basic damage. Now going into the cryo one, if I go up to this target here and hit them, you can see that does get that little blue glow, and it will actually slow their movement speed. Now if I go into the poisoned one and shoot this one, he will take some poison damage over time, which is a super nice thing. This is actually my favorite receiver. It's just a lot of fun to mess around with. But then we do also have one more, which is going to be the high-powered, and this one was the one that we were just using in West Tech, which will be doing the most damage. Overall, I really like this thing. It's super fun to use, and I love the different visual effects that we get from attaching different receivers. Also, it's just really neat to have a weapon from the Mothership Zeta DLC in Fallout 3. When I was younger, I loved that DLC, and this weapon was one of my favorite things to use in the Capital Wasteland, so it's kind of a big nostalgia hit there, and it's just really enjoyable to use this in Fallout 76. It is also really nice that this counts as a suppressed weapon. That is always a massive bonus, but I really wish I could have gotten that full auto receiver, because I think with a commando build or a stealth commando build that this weapon would be actually pretty good. But I guess I'll just have to wait till this all goes live to try it out. But that is pretty much going to be it for this video, so I really do hope that you enjoyed it. I'd like to say thank you for stopping by and watching, and as always, I would like to give a massive thank you to all of the channel members: Schwitz, Christy Mel, Digital Aardvark, Theodore, Chris Decker, Ice Cream Manny, Bowser Double Frang, Argent Deer, Chase Smith, 23 Icefire, Patrick Ruda, Heather Henderson, Citizen Girl, Captain Awesome, Anna Reestes, Lanthar, Robert Kennard, Wandering Wastelander, Golty, Network Gate, Fallout McFly, Anna S., Kevin W., Axel, Dalton Murphy, Esdeath93, Yosevated, and Anxiety Rangers. Thank you all so much, I love you guys, and have a great day.